The Battle of Berkane, which took place in 1914, was one of the most prominent conflicts between French and Moroccan forces during the French colonial period in Morocco. Berkane is located in the northeastern region of Morocco, and the battle was part of the French efforts to establish control over the region and stabilize colonial stability. The French attack was met with fierce resistance by local tribal forces, resulting in a violent battle. The battle resulted in a victory for the French forces and greatly affected the consolidation of French control in the region. At the beginning of the 20th century, France had begun to expand its control over Morocco, including the eastern regions such as Berkane. The dispute over influence and independence by local tribes was part of the conflict between France and Morocco. Tensions began to rise in the Berkane region due to French interference in local affairs and the imposition of their authority over Moroccan tribes. There were frequent clashes between French forces and local communities. In the summer of 1914, France decided to send a military campaign to establish control over Berkane and impose security in the region. The French led the campaign and mobilized large forces including infantry and artillery, in preparation for the expected resistance. The French campaign on Berkane began in the late summer of 1914. French forces advanced into the area using modern military tactics. The French attack was met with fierce resistance from the local Moroccan tribes, who were determined to defend their territory. The local resistance led the fighting in an attempt to delay the French advance and protect their region. The French used organized offensive tactics, including heavy artillery attacks and air support, while the Moroccan forces relied on continuous defense and fighting from fortified positions. The forces engaged in a fierce battle as each side tried to achieve victory. The fighting in Berkane was fierce and complex. The French forces advanced slowly due to the fierce resistance of the tribes, while the local forces tried to use the terrain to their advantage to limit the French advance. The battle resulted in extensive damage to the area, with infrastructure and property damaged. Both the French and Moroccan forces suffered heavy casualties, which added to the complexity of the situation on the ground. The Battle of Berkane did not attract as much international attention as some other battles, but it was part of the larger picture of colonial conflicts in Morocco that attracted the attention of European states concerned with colonial interests. As French military pressure continued, Moroccan forces began to face increasing difficulties.